See, I told you, stick to the plan. You told me to throw the plan out the side.
Oh, yeah, Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
that's the mentality. And you know what? I'm sorry, you can't be taught that mentality. That's inside you.
Yeah.
And it's doing what you love to do. That's the only way you can do it. Like, people are like, you know what? I'm going to be like Michael Jordan. I'm going to do something like, let's pick something like stock trading. So I'm going to do this. Some random person who never done it, and they're like, oh, this is hard. I'm like, yeah, you don't like it. You know, you're never going to be the Michael Jordan. You have to find that thing you love and that you're going to do until you can't think of anything else. Like, look at what Danny does here. He's got a whole studio here. He's gone out there. He's grinded too. We're talking about grinding. Like, he's created this whole thing. Yeah. And he would do this for free. You know, because he loves it. Well, yeah. you would kickbox for free. We did it for free. How long?
I coach for free.
Yeah,
I coach for free to this moment.
You know, I'm not rich from strength coaching, but I loved it, man. We went and did some stuff. I loved it, and I did 24/7 a day. But if I went to do something else out there, like, let's say plumbing, like, you know, I would never be successful at plumbing, no matter how much I think, you know, if I put my mind to it, I could do it. No, because you have to love it and you have to be drawn to it. I was listening to a podcast of Charlie Sheen, who's Warren Buffett's right-hand man, okay? A guy who's done something in his life, who's made billions of dollars, and he was talking about he's one of the best stock traders in history. And the person is like, give someone advice who wants to make $1 million in stocks. And he's like, well, you know, you can buy good companies, do whatever. And he's like, but honestly, if you're not drawn to it, don't waste your time. Put your stuff in a ETF or whatever and let the experts do it, because in order to be successful in life, you have to do what you're drawn to, something you would do for free, something that you go back to when you're bored of doing something else, something you want to do to retrain yourself. So it's not about like that grinding into something you don't want. There's aspects of what you love that you don't want, like practice and things like that, but you love in the end. So you have to find that thing and do it, and that's where you'd be number one. 90% of people have jobs that they don't love and they go and do that. Yeah, I respect you. You're absolutely going to go do that. Keep doing that, you know, making money, supporting your family. A huge respect for that. But if you want to be the top 1% in something, you're not going to be like that if you love it, because it's a lottery, you know. 99% of the people who go and do something are not going to be the top 1%. Simple math. Yep. So you have to love it. You have to have the genetics. You have to have a luck. But if those don't work out for you and you still loved it, then you're still, you know, getting something out of it, right? Yeah.
I just loved from The Last Dance that, you know, people called Jordan an a-hole for being that guy who's, you know, but you
got to be.
If he was in an individual sport like I was, but if I was in a team sport, I would be Michael Jordan, probably just as bad.
Oh, yeah. You do that in the gym here, but
like,
that's how you
if
get the best
my world title depended on 4 other people to play at my level, who I got to, you know, pass something on or touch them into the fight, are you crazy?
It's like a tag team
better
type of thing.
You better. You know how much the world title and training and winning. Yeah. Like I said, I would not eat. You know, everything in my life was for that world title. Didn't leave anything turned behind. Yeah. I expect all my boys behind me to be the same way. And if you don't, if you drop the pass, that's it. Like I'll probably be just as bad as him.
Because it's all life and death. In the ring, you could die. You know, you could get seriously injured. You could lose.
But it's more on me. Yeah. If I lost my world title because, you know, Troy or Matt didn't do something when it was their time to shine, I would be pissed.
Well,
or if it's your time, Koss, you're on my team and you're going in, you mess something up, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
So let's talk about.
So pissed.
Let's talk about this, and you know, if we could take it out if Danny doesn't want to, or if Joe doesn't want to. Your last fight, okay, when you won the world title, you were in there and you won. You beat Devontae, rest in peace. He got you with that knee.
Scissor knee, yeah.
Scissor knee. We were thinking about, you know, caring about you. We're like, in the corner, we're like, do we throw in the towel? And you know, one of the coaches was asking me, and I said, listen, man, I go, he's winning this fight. He's going to win this fight. And we're talking about on a safety part because you had won the first 3 rounds. But the coach was saying, you know, safety, I can't see it. It's gonna
because you guys you've never seen me hurt either.
No, I don't like it. I didn't like it.
But I've always been in a position of dominance, so see me vulnerable makes you a little extra
I'm like,
scared.
Listen, we throw in the towel now. He loses the fight first that he's winning. He will never forgive us. He'll never forgive himself because this is all he's wanted. And then he comes out with nothing. Yeah. Okay, and then after the fight, you had issues with post-concussion, not just from that fight, like training, whatever. But there was regrets on my part why I've never coached. Like, should I have thrown in the towel, like for the safety? Let me finish my story.
No, I'm just talking out loud. No,
and we've had the conversation. You know, I you know, it keeps me up at night. You know, and it still bothers me to this day. But you know, it's always like, listen, man, and you said no, you couldn't throw the towel. Like, he's like, I would never forgive you, and that's just the game, you know. But it's that's the level that you take it at. And you talk about fighting is life and death, but also on the court, these guys at pro level, this is life and death for them.
Yeah,
they're feeding their families. This
it's
money,
a different,
yeah. This is it for them. Like, no one understands competition. Michael Jordan, now that he's retired, he says that it's a curse being that competitive. He can't play like cards with someone and lose. Like, he's like, it sucks. Like, he's like, I can't. It's in me, right?
But it's a mindset that, like, even now, like, my mindset now is totally different than when I was competing. When I was competing, I had to put my mind in this killer. Like, I had to be like, winning this world title. It wasn't, what I try to explain to people, like, fighting, it wasn't a sport. Like, I did not go into this ring and be like, I want to win this game.
Yeah.
No, like, even if you watch my world title fight, there's a moment I stop right at the ring before I enter. And there's 3-4 seconds probably, very thing. And I know exactly what I said to myself. And it was in that moment I said, I will not leave this ring, because I was just about to enter. I will not leave this ring without that belt. I've had dreams of being like craziness in my head. Man, I'm a Scarborough boy here, man. Part of me thinking, if I lose, am I going to grab that corner stool and start smashing people wrestling style and taking it and running out? If I had to do it, doesn't matter. Like, no matter what, like, my life, my safety, my future, at that moment, it doesn't matter. And that's how much these fights mean to people. And you can see, and I mean, there's a lot of people, like, when you watch a fight, even now, there was a great UFC on last night with the flyweights, Figueiredo versus Moreno, like, phenomenal. Those guys went to war. Both of those guys were willing to die and put their lives on the line. And that's the types of fights you get because of it. Find one boring fight of mine. No, because I knew that I was willing to die before that person did. I was willing to be hurt more. I was willing to be injured. I'm willing to use my body to create as much damage as possible. I don't care what happens to me tomorrow. You care what happens tomorrow. I don't.
And people will listen to that and they don't understand because they don't understand.
They don't understand.
Because they don't
it's not
understand.
ingrained in them.
It didn't matter. So again, everyone who knows me knows how close I am with my family. Yeah. The last thing I'd ever want to do is, be away from my family. But at that moment is more than that. It's more than life itself at that. Like, you try to go to bed since you're 4 years old dreaming of this moment and then getting this opportunity, and then it's here. Like, you try to go to bed for 8 weeks knowing it. You try to sleep. You try to understand that these guys have 100 professional fights. You have to be a killer.
Well, they put you in. It's like, we look